That is a jungle gank.
Yikes coming in. Crystallize already down. Who gets chased out. Miasma. Easy Vault Breaker into the egg immediately. LEC is coming to save the play, but I think this one's already gone. He'll stand and hit Yike a bit, put the pillar down as well, but first blood goes over to Yahoo. And easily, well timed to bully JoJo 2 games in a row.
And Yahoo got the lead, Very. He got the lead. That he did, Jack. And that lane, by the way, in its worst possible state. And a double crab for Yike as well. I mean, this early game is simply fantastic for KC.
But Elyoya's timing is good. Kalista is fully committed here. Super gets low, though. What can Elyoya do? On to Busio. Pillars up in the air, but Yike's coming in once again. The fireball kick on Elyoya. Super gets out, but here's Yike. Gets the flash out of the enemy jungler. Rooted up. It's good onto Kalista, but he won't die either. All 3 members walk away. A lot of summoners were burned.
But it's MKOI that burned the majority of the summoners. Elyoya had to flash, Supa had to flash, and Alvaro used that heal as well. Well, it was only Busio who had to burn his own. So now, as Yike gets that level 6, it's going to be really, really scary for Supa to walk up or Elyoya to move up. So they didn't have the numbers to actually fight back up against KC. And that led to Elyoya's demise, combined with the fact that he didn't have the flash from the previous fight that we talked about. He had no way of getting out from this play, and that's what led Yike having so much confidence to continue. And that's the first Drake now for KC.
Confidence is the word that I love there. As a flash, kind of depends to me on how much of an advantage KC can build with the solid lead that they've already been able to grow.
Every single lane at that as well. Yahoo having a great day, but also him with Yike, I think, have been working really nicely together. As Yike looks deep again, Elyoya found out on the rotation towards Raptors. Yahoo there to respond because
he doesn't have any vision for himself. He's going to completely respect and be fine. But we'll see if Mirwin is in trouble.
I think Mirwin's not going to pay the respect as well. Back not going to be cancelled. Instead, it's only 2 Yikes here. Mirwin, they're expecting, might just ulti out. Maybe Yike can do it himself with the denting blows. He shreds through the armor. Vault Breaker after Vault Breaker. And there's a hearty shield there from Mirwin as he flashes. So they do get a summoner out in response from the top laner, who's now at half HP. But meanwhile, you said MKOI are going to commit to the top side. Here they are, committing to the turret.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that KOI is completely foregoing the dragon, but I guess they're arguing.
Oh, flash hit from Busio right in front. Soccer ball not going to reach. Busio stops the ulti. Dragon's going to go down at the cost of first turret for MKOI.
I mean, he did stop it.
He did.
We'll see if that's the extent of the players. They do threaten a dive, but I do not think that there is a dive here onto this Scion.
This is the power of the Scion that MKOI are using really well here. You see how large of a contrast it is. Scion can just stay both, even when there's 3 people and not have to worry at all. But now JoJo finding out.
In vision, decimating smash, cease and desist, a buffer, and arrow is going to miss as it comes down, but Yike only just gets out. Here's the encore though. Cozy Campfire saves out. JoJo flashes into melee range. Petrifying Gaze saves the play from Yahoo. MKOI had a bit of follow-up there, and Yahoo stares him in the face and says no. Subjugate, flash from Elyoya. Kalista gets out though, and Yahoo's still here. Now the Cassiopeia, free range, flashing in, getting those noxious blasts, and a twin fang. Elyoya first to go into the egg as JoJo went in too close again. A horrible day for the Canadian mid laner as KC pick up 2.
And MKOI overcommitted. They went too deep. They didn't have the CC to actually chase them down, and you see the desperation. JoJo flashes over the wall. Elyoya wants to continue to play with flash. Alvaro flashes in, but Busio with the ultimate. By so much time, KC can kite back, Kana TP's in. But now it's 4 kills for KC, and the game is slipping out of MKOI's grasp.
Yeah, I think that this play is a little overcommittal from Yike. He realizes that the wall is there, so he has to do something. The cleanse will come through to get him to safety. This flash from JoJo I don't hate, but the counter ultimate from Yahoo is good. At this point, you have to disengage, but no. KOI choose to chase. A flash in from the Trundle was simply too much. Like, Mirwin doesn't have anything. There's nothing for him to contribute in this fight. He needed to base like 2-3 minutes ago, and the fact that they committed so hard was a mistake.
Back off. Oh, too much.
He's right. He is definitely right.
I mean, KC just were happy to take that. At a certain point, you go way too deep. You use too many resources, and KOI, they end up getting punished for it. KC now with a 2k gold lead. That bot tower should hand over some plates, but kind of doing the exact same thing on the cross map.
He's going to get it by himself. Omni Bamboo, by the way, if we just take note of the items. While Grub's being taken by MKOI, gives him a bit of leverage here to push this turret a little bit quicker. Kalista sending it in onto Super. He's going to cut away. He's culling out. Super takes the front of it, gets healed up, and half HP. Alvaro will see to that while MKOI continue on bot turret.
I think that fight for me, it shows why I'm kind of a Trundle hater. Because I think what this team comp from MKOI really needed, they have such great zone control in the Ashe, Seraphine, and the Anivia, but they needed a champion that goes and really seals it all together. The champ that is the glue for this team comp to make it so that a pick becomes a kill. Because you see how it's so easy for KC to slip out of the chain CC from MKOI, to just kite back and get out of the CC. So it's so difficult for MKOI to actually execute plays.
Arrow quickly cleansed by Busio. Elyoya moved into the mid lane. He's deep again. Subjugate out, but Seasons is going to buffer it. Encores not bad with Desmanic punches. Okay, and the trade is going up actually. Is MKOI and trying to find the trade back on Kana. He'll get a kill out. It's turned messy, but Kalist will look at the front of the fight, and Super is lining them up. A double kill down, and MKOI, the pounds, finally catches the beast.
I mean, what do we expect? It's Koi versus KC, and Koi, just like that, find a beautiful fight. It starts with the Herald. The response from Mirwin, the arrow gets cleansed, and Elyoya, it looks like he's too deep. But this is also the value of the Trundle. Your durability in the midst of the fight, the healing that is constantly coming through from Alvaro as well, was enough to keep him alive. The chase down onto Kalist.
Oh, and Super now in trouble as well. Noxious Blast connect, Twin Fang and Petrifying Gaze. A death sentence from Medusa. Yahoo now in the thick of it though. Elyoya is coming in onto Jojo. The pillar saves his life. Yahoo is still a demon despite MKOI finding the last fight.
Okay, Super got picked off. I don't know exactly how. Maybe he went for the red buff and then he got picked off. He had a lot of gold in his pockets after that fight. So you can see he bought quite a few items there. And I guess I'm wrong. I thought the Trundle wouldn't have much value, but with all the healing and shielding from the Seraphine, you can buy so much time to give them so much more durability. And I think this is not even his bad. Like, I understand. You know,
You like the sus behavior as well. He's trying to pretend he's walking up river. Choose another bush just in case. And then it is an execution. Jojo also was in a bit of trouble without a Trundle pillar to save his life. Yeah, who's up? 1,300 gold. So is Kana. Solo lanes of KC again versus bot lane again of MKOI.
Yeah, so game state-wise, what does this actually mean? Well, Koi got a nice injection of gold, and so their carries are in a much better position. Now, when it comes to contesting these objectives, we get to see the strength of Koi's comp. It slows KC down. That's one of the most important things, because Koi needed that breather. They needed to stop KC from accelerating the game, and with Third Dragon going their way, we now find ourselves in an interesting mid-game, because KC do still have the advantage with Yahoo sitting on a lot of gold, similar to Kana. But the question becomes, can they close the gap against this Koi comp? Because they have a real risk with the amount of utility that Koi have of fumbling the execution of those fights.
Close call here. Busio just narrowly avoids it. Up, Kalist down.
Shine, truly.
It is pretty difficult for Super to land an ult.
That's true. And even if he does, it's either going to get Millie ulted
exactly.
or Mikhail.
It is. So, yeah, but hey, he's going to have to use it at some point.
Damage.
And there's that poke now coming through from Kana.
A Yike Vault Breaker. Is he going to do it? That turret, minimal HP, going to go down.
Mirwin is on a flank here, very deep. They could look to collapse on it.
They are indeed. Maybe get the
ult
ulti out.
Onto Mirwin. What about the middle lane?
Let's see. Pillars out onto Kalist, but he's fine. The arrow's going to hit Busio. He holds on for a little bit. He's still got his heal, but he's stunned up. Doesn't get to move. The layering of CC from MKOI shown once again as mid-turret for the siege, while Mirwin was the chase in top.
Well, we call him Super, but we might have to call him Legolas after that one. Getting the arrow onto Busio there. Busio thought Kalist would tank it, so that's why he Mikhails onto Kalist. And then once Busio gets CC'd, that means he can't ulti himself, so then he gets CC chain and dies.
Yeah, good spot there. Really, he did trust Kalist way too much. He thought, you tank, I cleanse, we'll be fine.
Killer. Yeah, who found out? That's a TP
now look
deep
at that.
in enemy
look
line.
At that map. The zone control that comes as a pillar, a wall, and a Nivea ultimate. You get zoned off that space, you have to concede this area of the map. And this is the strength of Koi's comp that we were talking about earlier. Conceding the mid-game, it was about how much could KC accelerate it, but that one fight in mid slowed things down, and now Koi is really coming online with that comp.
But it's funny that you say the strength, because I feel like that looks like a weakness. Like, that looks like Yahoo was caught, and you would at least get this flash. And Mirwin even TP'd thinking it was going to be a
he's checking. Wait. Cozy can't fire down. Super thinking about what he can do over the wall. There's Mirwin to zone out as well. Roar of the Slayer slowed down. Cozy Campfire gets him out of the dodge. He had the barrier flash. Meanwhile, there's a Vault Breaker and a dead Elyoya. They were looking for a pick on Kana turret went down, but Kana had his jungler by his side.
Mid-tower will go down the way of KOI, but KC keep their AD carry alive.
But Elyoya didn't get the mission objective. A 1-for-1 so far. As Yehu runs at them, so does the Jace damage as well. KC is starting to win the fight. MKOI had one job, stay group, pick a target, but KC disrupted them, pulled them apart, and are looking juicy for a second game in a row.
It's a masterclass in team fighting from KC. The patience that they have, they pull MKOI apart, and once they see a weakness, they pounce. They take down Elyoya, and just after that, Yike knows he can go in. They can take down Supa, and with that, KC are going to take the Baron Nashor.
Excellent patience from what felt like a very difficult fight. Yehu is on the flank and he's getting collapsed on. The Scion is tanking up so much of the damage, but the flash onto Yehu, his ulti then gets sidestepped. It's looking dire, but the key moment is here. As Kalista is able to flash away to safety, Elyoya gets isolated. That is the go signal for Yike, and now there's no one to protect the Ashe. Yike then ultis onto him. I mean, really good target focus from Yike. The Q onto Elyoya, the ulti onto Supa. With them gone, it just becomes a matter of cleanup.
Because the difference today that we've seen is that KC in the 5v5s are just outclassing MKOI so far. You know, we come out of the early game, we see conditions, we see, you know, the bounce back we saw on bot side 5-10 minutes ago. But now we sit in 4K gold lead in Baron. We sit after a KC destructive fight that puts their solo lanes even further ahead. Yet again, Kana is almost 4,000 gold up. Yet again, Yehu is doing a lot better than Jojo today and showing up as the better mid.
Yeah, I think Yehu and Yike are just having great series.
They are too,
They're having really good target focus, good impact in the team fights, and you're just kind of relying on Kalista and Kana to do their job, which is exactly what they have been doing, and that is do damage. They've been very good at doing exactly that. Now with the Baron, KC will begin their siege. The good news for KOI is they deny Soul Point, and with Anivia, they have a lot of wave clear available to them. There is the split push threat
In there,
yeah,
that is just clean up city for Ashe Seraphine. Like, Ashe can just kill whoever goes in. They one-shot the Vi, but it's by being so patient, it's super difficult for Supa to ever get a carry.
Cease and desist, no reaction from Supa. The encore to save his life, not indeed. Kalista opens up with the kill, decimating smash. A good angle though, but even under turret, KC are unrelenting. That turret is now gone. The culling now out. Subjugate through, the crystallize to stop the play, but Yehu is next in line. Petrifying gaze onto the tank sign, and Yike's back in action. He won't be needed though, because the poke, the follow-up is KC's doing.
Patience is sometimes what you need, but aggression and pinpoint accuracy can also come hand in hand. Great engage from Yike, recognizing that Supa just wouldn't be able to react in time. Flash, ulti, lockdown onto Supa. Kalista was there to deal the damage. KC find themselves a kill, they find the bot tower, and they are accelerating game 2 their way.
Baron's gonna give it away. Baron's gonna give it away though.
I'm super curious with this replay, because I feel like we never see this combo. It's Yike ulting and then flashing to give Supa no chance to react. And then it was the Cassiopeia W as well that he couldn't flash out of. So Supa really had no way to play around it, and then KC could just run them down after that. Like, I will say MKOI, they didn't get lucky coming out of this, but you easily could imagine if KC had a little bit more going, they get 1 or 2 more kills, this would be the end of the game for MKOI.
Yeah, it does feel like we're headed towards that anyway. Yes, Dragon Soul's been stopped. 25 seconds, it feels like KC are going to get the next one. 6,000 gold. 4,500 is again on that top lane, and I want to stress the fact that he is 1 item away from a full build. 7 stacks on those Omni-Vamp boots as well. So, Kana's having a great game. We need to question, how does the poke fit into this mismatch of a
I mean, if you're 4,000 gold ahead, suddenly you are the poke up, you know, like...
You feel like 3 people. Yeah, who want to flank? Level 16. This is the Dragon that MKOI want to take away and keep game 2 alive. They are fighting at a disadvantage. Jojo at an angle, wondering, where's this Cassiopeia? Put the Glacial Storm down, Flash Frost. Yike is found out, cease and desist again. Yehu comes in from the back, whittling away Jojo. Yes, they get Yike though. Yehu has to flash into the egg, slows things down, but the jungler is dead. A breath of fresh air as Elyoya gets spaced out by Kalista, but Dragon now a possibility as KC did this time go a bit fast.
That's exactly what MKOI needed. If Yike makes one mistake, this comp is so volatile. And he is really the one brick that is holding this whole house together for KC. If he falls, the rest of their champions...
But lies in wait, hoping for a face check, won't get it. And he's going to play smart. Yeah, who's going to back off. So watch the wall from Jojo, because this is the most important piece of the puzzle. When the collapse is coming through from KC on multiple sides, Jojo recognizes the flank is there, gets engaged on, a quick flash from him, and then look at this wall right here. Completely cuts them off.
Half here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got...
Okay, we just saw it on Seraphine. It was not that much.
Okay.
It was a lot, but not that much.
Well, we're building up towards that point where Kana, his poke is... Oh,
okay, okay. That was a bit more.
Out for a press W quick. Yikes on the way in with GA and Flash. He's not going to pull the trigger now, but that's going to give time for MKOI's bottom lane to heal up. Baron is a thought with all that poke as Kana holds the choke to make sure MKOI will ward it off.
All right, will the Baron start? Looks like no. This is Koi's opportunity to push in the mid wave. Kalista's there to answer though. Can't overstep too much because the Anivia wall is a threat. There's the E back up though. Sad be thrown out from Kalist.
Yike angle again though. He's always fishing.
He's gonna get spotted out on that control ward though.
I think he knows it's there, but he wants to clear it. He knows that they don't.
On the Nexus turret, one already dropping down. Mimon gets out of zombie form. LEC is left alone. They're trying to buy time for Super, but the minion wave's coming in. KC close to being on the door of a series win for MSI and for finals. MKOI came in today looking for revenge, but it looks like KC had their number as 3 come up. Petrifying gaze again. Yahoo over Jojo today has been easy to say.
And MKOI did a trade we've seen many times. It's the soul for the Nexus. KC played the fight better.